Good morning and welcome to Strixhaven Sunday, I guess. It is a very windy, dry, hot Sunday morning here in Ventura County. It's 10:30. It's the 21st day of November. We're going into the Thanksgiving holiday apocalypse beginning, and we have some previews of the upcoming Strixhaven Curriculum of Chaos book. We have some art. We obviously have the picture everybody's ever seen already, the prom thing, and we've got this picture of them going to school. We have this young lady down here, at least I think it's a lady. We have this gentleman here. We have an owl. Is there an owl race now? Are they letting owl bears be a race now? Because that would be awesome. We've got a statue of Dumbledore, I guess. We've got a person, an elf maybe, flying with ruins around their head. And then we've got another one throwing a fireball, and then there's some concrete just floating in the air. Yeah, that looks safe. Then, of course, we have the prom picture. Then we got this picture of this lady, or gentleman possibly, dwarf or halfling, stealing a book. And there's a being chased by two people, it looks like. And then there's a picture of like a writing and smoke. That one's. Then we got what looks like Baba Yaga's hut. I'm not sure what, if anything, that has to do with Strixhaven, unless that's where Hagrid hangs out, or the Strixhaven version of Hagrid. We've got the map of Strixhaven that we've already seen, and then we have a picture of what looks a lot like Quidditch, but this is the official sport of Strixhaven called Mage Tower. If there is any question in your mind that this is not a direct attempt to milk that Harry Potter nostalgia, do a D&D version of Harry Potter, I think this picture pretty much clears up any confusion we might have had as to whether that answer is yes or no. Obviously, the answer is yes. This is obviously a Quidditch ripoff. And then the last picture, where is it? Is this one, and I don't even know where to start with this picture. Is this a class? Picture of one of the classes, the battle over Strixhaven, a house versus house thing, like Gryffindor versus Hufflepuff. There's just so much going on in this picture that just makes me go, what in the name of Dungeons and Dragons? So first we've got a Luxodon, who's got a pocket watch in his trunk. He's got a book as his epaulets on his clothes here. So obviously the tech level of Strixhaven is high enough for there to be pocket watches. He's got this little flag that's on a flag banner, but the banner unrolls like the thing on a player piano. So I guess the banner can be unrolled to reveal further. I don't know, maybe it's a scroll. You've got more concrete floating around. This looks like the same place as we saw in the first picture, but under more damage. So is Strixhaven falling apart? Is that part of the adventure? Because this does not look safe for students. All right, then we got this gnome, or maybe it's an owl. I don't know. It might be one of the owl people, or maybe a Karkarock, or some race that has wings, or maybe an Asmere. Anyways, there's somebody flying, and he's got a book, spell book, and there's like a laser beam coming out of his spell book. All right, then there's this one. We've got this person here. And she's got a spell book, and notice they're all wearing the same color, which makes me think it's some kind of house thing. And she's casting what looks like piano keys, and then there's a beam of energy coming out of her book, or is these piano keys over here more landscape floating up and just being the land falling apart? But this is the one that caught my interest the most, right here. This young individual here, perhaps a dwarf, with the scroll Gatling gun. Okay, so it looks like there's a scroll wrapped around the thing. It's got little like dots and dashes in it, which makes me think player piano. If you've ever seen how a player piano works, it reads the dots and dashes and holes on the cylinder, and that causes the keys to play the tune. And you can, of course, change the cylinders for different music. So this looks like a tube from a player piano. They are holding it like a Gatling gun. You can see that it's being spun out, and as it's being spun out, there are things coming out of it like a machine gun. So this is a scroll machine gun, which I'm just saying right now, if I ever get to play 5th edition again, I am demanding a scroll machine gun, and if somebody says I can't have a scroll machine gun, I am just going to show them this picture and go, bam, yeah, I can. And then we have some more damage going on. Looks like this is a piece of rock giving us the finger, but there's glowing, so maybe it's a monster. Whatever, it looks like Strixhaven is falling apart, which does not sound healthy for Strixhaven. Then we have a video that's up from Wizards of the Coast that you can watch on YouTube that gives you a bit of a more background. Other than that, we really still don't know a lot about what's going on with Strixhaven. We do know that it's going to have 40 new creatures. It's going to have some adventure settings. It's going to have information on the world. But then if we go here, we see that they have posted some pages. We have some information on one of the deans, Uvildia Mistcaller, who's one of the NPCs. Then we have Ambrose Liu, the dean, another one of the deans. So we have a couple pages showing some of the NPCs. We do know that Strixhaven's been pushed back a month. We've got this here, which shows some more art. Tells us a little bit about the school. We have the faculty of Prisma College, which I guess is one of the types of magic you can study. We have some student background if you want to be from the Prismari College. Prismari. An example character from the Prismari College. And that's about it for that one. And then over here on Polygon, we have one of the magic cards and some more art. It looks like this is what the school looks like when you walk up to it. Again, Strixhaven looks like it's not in a good shape. I mean, we've got all sorts of destitute and what looks like roots and cracks in the ground. That definitely looks like it's seen some damage. There's always like squiggly things. We've got some information on the NPCs. Again, not really telling us a lot about it. Just some more of the general information. Really, we don't have a lot of information yet. Again, look at this picture. It kind of looks like, I mean, is the whole plot that Strixhaven is falling apart, and that's going to be like sort of the meta plot of this world? Is that the player characters have to do something to save Strixhaven, or maybe actually help its falling apart? Maybe the whole thing is, Strixhaven is actually a big con, and it's not really a good place. You find out it's actually a horrible place, and everything they're doing to the students is to perpetuate some horrible, evil, cabin in the woods level meta plot, and the player characters have to decide, do they keep this beloved school that they love so much alive, or do they destroy it to replace it with something better because it's a corrupt version of Gryffindor / the X Mansion? If that's not the plot, that's a great plot, and it should be the plot, but it's probably not the plot of Strixhaven. But based upon the art, it looks like Strixhaven's falling apart. So, or maybe that's just a style. It's just maybe they're just trying to embrace the action and whatever. I don't know. Definitely we can see in this picture there's some damage. There's some damage here. This place doesn't look healthy. And definitely in this picture we can see there's a lot of damage going on around Strixhaven. But then again, maybe the art has absolutely nothing to do with what's going on in the book. These could all just be artist's interpretation, and this scene might never happen. This scene might be a suggested scene, but not be part of the adventure. This doesn't really look like the adventure. I don't know what this is. It just looks like either Baba Yaga's hut or Hagrid's house. So obviously, again, trying to emulate that Harry Potter map. We got the Quidditch thing, and then we've just got this magical apocalypse going on here, which brings me back to my initial, is Strixhaven falling apart? Is that the main theme. Anyways, that's it for premieres of Strixhaven. We'll know more hopefully tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. It should be out probably this week, I think. So it might be on the shelves by Friday. Though, I think it's also been pushed back possibly because of the shipping. So one school of thought is it'll be out this week. One school of thought is it'll be out the first or second week of December. I'm sure a lot of people are going to talk about the Magic Prom, this picture right here. Also, does anybody know, because it's still sort of the main question, is how do the Magic the Gathering separate books, pocket universes, multiverses, tie into the main Dungeons and Dragons timeline? I mean, they barely fit together in the Magic the Gathering stories, other than there's sometimes you see races from one set appear in another set, like Luxodon. But, I mean, there hasn't been a cohesive Magic the Gathering story in a long time other than just, that Jace guy seems to appear in a lot of the sets. But, yeah, so is the Magic the Gathering settings like Ravenica and Strixhaven part of the multiverse that also includes the Forgotten Realms and the core D&D timeline, or are they completely separate entities that have no connection with this core D&D timeline? And is Strixhaven connected to Ravenica or not? I mean, obviously you would think there was, considering we're seeing Luxodons and whatever this is, this owl thing. Player character owl race? Is this supposed to be Kenku? Owlbear? I don't know. Is this a new thing that was introduced? Do we know what this owl thing is? Anybody? Anyways, there you go. If you appreciate this, let me know. If you have any questions, I will try and answer them. If you have any answers to the mysteries of what the hell's going on, let me know. Until next time, if you appreciate this content, please consider subscribing. 1,000 subs by January 1st, and I'll start using a good camera. Have a great weekend. Happy holidays. Now go back to school.